Hello everyone, I'm Rennie. Welcome to Luscious Lotus Yoga. I love teaching and practicing restorative yoga. I find it to be a very calming, quiet, healing, nurturing practice. We're so busy in our day-to-day lives and so much in our heads. So I find this practice really helps quiet the mind, relax the body, and ease tension. For the restorative practice, we require some equipment, and these things are called yoga props. So in this video today, what I'd like to talk to you about is the kind of props that are available and what are the ones that I suggest for your restorative practice. So we're going to start with a yoga belt, and it's just like a belt that you would use to hold up your pants, except it's quite a bit longer. This particular belt has a D-ring buckle, and you'll also find them with plastic buckles, and you'll find the belts in different lengths. I really recommend the D-ring because I find the metal buckle is good and sturdy. And in terms of length, I would go for either an 8-foot or a 10-foot length to be able to use it for more things. And a yoga belt will probably cost anywhere from $10 to $15, something like that. Next, I'm going to talk to you about bolsters. This little guy here is a favorite, and this is the one I carry around everywhere. It's usually have 1 or 2 of these in my car. As you can see, most of the bolsters, or at least I recommend that you get a bolster that has a zippered cover that you can remove and wash when necessary. So this particular bolster is 8 inches in diameter. It's 24 inches long. It's lightweight. It's easy to carry around. And this is the size of bolster that I would recommend for anybody with a smaller frame or that is very sensitive in their body, has some very tender areas in the body. So it's a great beginner bolster, but I love it, and I have this as well as a bunch of other ones in my studio all the time, and I always alternate between all of them. So this bolster would probably cost $40 or more depending on where you would get it. The next bolster is a little bit larger. This particular bolster is about 10 inches in diameter and is 28 inches long. It's a lot heavier, denser. This is a personal favorite of mine, and it also has the zipper so that you can remove the covering to wash it. And this size bolster will probably cost probably $50 or more. Okay. And the next bolster I want to introduce is a rectangular bolster. So as you can see, it's got a lower profile. It's a rectangular shaped end. This is the kind of bolster I use for teaching simply because it's the most user-friendly. It's the best suited for almost any body type, and you can use it in any restorative pose. And so this also has a zipper. So the size of this one, 5 inches in height, it's 10 inches wide and about 32 inches long. So it's a nice long shape, really very good for people that are taller. And this size bolster will probably cost $60 or more. So if you're not sure which one of the 3 to start with, if you're in the market to just purchase one to begin with, I would really recommend that you go with this one for your first bolster. Okay, so we're going to move along to the blocks. First block that I'm going to show you is a cork block. This is a personal favorite. I find that they're sturdy, they're smooth, they're a little bit heavier, and they're made of cork, so I believe that they're more earth-friendly and they're a renewable resource, so that's kind of cool. They come in either 3 or 4 inch height. Either one is fine, and I would recommend that you get at least a couple of these. So I think cork blocks are probably anywhere from $12 and up. Okay, next we're going to move to probably the most common block that you'll see. This is a foam block. It's lightweight. It's easy to carry around. This particular one is a 4 inch height. They also come, I believe, in a 3 inch height. These are a great multi-purpose block. They're not quite as stable sturdy as the cork ones, but they're really great to have. So I always make sure that I have at least a couple of these as well as a couple of the cork blocks handy for my practice. These are inexpensive. They'll probably cost anywhere from $5 to, I don't know, maybe $8 or $10 each, something like that. And then you may also come across these. These are probably one of the first blocks that came out many, many years ago. This one I believe is made out of rosewood. It's quite lovely, but they are heavier. They're not as forgiving, so if you have a sensitive body, this may not be the best choice for you. And I find that they slip a little bit more, so I just wanted to show it to you as an option so that you have an idea of what's out there. And then the last one that I want to show you is a little bit of a different block. It's 2 inches in height. It's 8 inches and 8 by 12 inches. And these are really good for propping certain areas if you needed to add a little bit of height underneath your arms if you have tension in your shoulders or any kind of pain in your shoulders. These are also made out of foam. They're inexpensive. They're probably $8 to $15 each, and I would recommend that you get at least 2 of these. 2 or 4 of these would be a really good thing to do. Okay, we're going to move along to the blankets. We have a few kinds that I want to show you. My favorite, and probably the one that you'll see the most often, is what's called a Mexican blanket. This particular one's a solid color, but you'll often see them in yoga studios. They have stripes or a geometric pattern with a little bit of a tassel on the bottom. These are really easy to work with. They're washable, they're soft, they're easy to stack one on top of the other. And these blankets will probably cost you $20 and up. So I would recommend that you get at least 1 of these, but even better if you could get 2. You're of course welcome to use any blankets that you find around your house. You just want to try and get 2 or 3 or 4 blankets that are all about the same size, and that's sometimes can be a bit of a challenge. You can also use towels. The next blanket that I want to show you is a cotton blanket. So these are super soft. I believe this particular one is made out of unbleached organic cotton. They're lovely to work with. They're not quite as thick as the Mexican blankets, so you may need more of these. So, and because they're a little bit more expensive, you may want to stick with the Mexican one, but I just want to at least show you these. I really like them. And these will probably cost $25 or more. The next one I want to show you is a wool blanket. And this wool blanket, it's heavy, it's dense, it's really nice to work with. However, a lot of people don't necessarily like the feeling of this wool against their skin. So it's not for everyone. I've heard people also call these army blankets, so maybe that'll ring a bell for you. The wool blankets are a little bit more expensive. They require a little bit more care when you're washing them. So this is, unless you're really a big fan of wool, maybe not the first choice. And they probably cost $25 and up to get some of these. But they're really good to work with as well. And then the last blanket I want to suggest is a fleece blanket. I wouldn't suggest that you use these in place of the other blankets, but it's good to have a few of these around just for some extra propping or a little bit of cushioning behind the head. Get the smaller ones that are easy to stack or easy to fold, and they're not expensive. I mean, I think I bought a whole bunch of them and they were $4 each or something like that. So it's great to have a bunch of these. I recommend that you get 2 or 4 of these small fleece soft blankets. And then I'm going to show you something that's optional, but I really highly recommend, is an eye pillow. You can get eye pillows probably just about everywhere. They're often filled with lavender to help just bring in that sense of calmness. When you close your eyes and you rest this on your eyes, it just feels really soothing. Not everybody likes to have it, but I just wanted to mention that's a nice thing to have, particularly for your final posture of your sequence. So people will often use an eye pillow in their shavasana. So I think I've covered the basics on the props. In terms of where to purchase them, it's just important to keep in mind that if there's so much that's available online now. Great, wonderful products that are available online. And just to be aware that if you are shopping online, just be aware of where you're buying from, because if you live in Canada and you're buying from the United States, or if you're, ordering from a different country, you have to factor in the weight, particularly of the bolsters. So you have to think about what it would cost for your shipping. Also any exchange rates or duty fees. So try to keep that in mind when you're placing your order online. I really recommend that you buy locally whenever you can. Most of the props that I've showed you today are available in yoga studios or suppliers. So you can shop around, or you can even contact me if you wanted to know about a place in the Montreal area where you can get these yoga props. So I hope this video was helpful for you today, and you learned a little bit more about what you need for your restorative yoga practice. In the coming months, I will be introducing some yoga videos, and hopefully you'll have all of this equipment with you so that we can start our practice together. I'm also going to be doing a follow-up video on how to make your own props at home. So for anybody that's a little bit more budget conscious, that's not quite ready to invest the money into the yoga props, I'm going to have this video that will show you how you can make your bolster and your blocks and your belt from the things that you have around your house. So have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you soon.